All right, here's a quick overview for slide number 7. This is the last one for this week. We're only doing 3 this week. And looking at distance versus time graphs. So most of this is more kind of things we did in middle school, but still applicable when looking at real world problems. So the first thing is we're going to talk about whether you're at a given interval, meaning from a period of time to a period of time, as your function increasing or decreasing, and is that increasing or decreasing linearly or not? So again, please remember, if it is increasing, it should physically be going up from left to right. And if it is decreasing, it should be physically going down from left to right. If it is linear, it should look like a straight line. And if it is not, it is probably curved, but it may not be at all. It could be something squiggly. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's not a straight line. So that means it is not linear. So for the first 2 slides, they're saying like between 0 and 6. So if you look at your graph between 0 and 6, what is your graph doing? Well, obviously it is going down, so it is decreasing. And does it appear to be a straight line? Yes. So this would be decreasing linear. Versus it says between 6 and 10. So between 6 and 10, what is it doing? So from here to here, it is increasing because you are clearly going up. And this is nonlinear because this is not a straight line. So those ones are very simple. You do that for all the sections. Okay, so for this guy, we're going to talk about what's happening to these kids as they're, so it says Mary has 4 children. They're playing outside. They're talking about distance versus time. So in terms of this, so I'm going to link a little slide that I think is beneficial in terms of this guy. So if you were walking at a fast, steady pace, you would be going increasing in a very steep line. If you were getting faster over time, that's when your information would end up being curved. Okay, versus if we were talking about the distance that would be someone running away from you and not returning. In terms of the red one, this is going to be more like somebody left walking away from you. They stopped walking, hence the plateau, because they aren't going any farther over a period of time, but then they came back. So this would be they came back to their starting point. So that's kind of the difference between ones that are just going up and then ones that are looping back down. So if we go back to the slides, so then what is going on in these situations? Well, this person is clearly not walking. This person is walking slower or increasing because they're talking about them getting back to. So this is increasing at a steady pace at a constant rate. This would be decreasing. And then, so like Billy walked towards her mother at a constant rate. That would probably be this guy because the distance you would want to be less because it's coming towards her. Bobby walked away from his mother to get the shoes he left behind. Well, this would be walking away towards his mother at increasing spine, trying to beat Betty. So again, increasing would be something curved. And then this one is they sat down to finish picking some flowers, meaning they didn't go anywhere. So that's how those would match up. So these are kind of just comparing, again, looking at over time, what's happening. Excuse me. What's happening at each of these situations. Again, you're only going to use 3 of these. So then which ones of these would make sense to match those graphs? And then the last slide is you're going to look at this situation. So they're starting in a mailbox. They race to the stop sign and back. So that's why both of these are returning back. Jason's is the solid line. Tyrell's is the dotted line. So which of these statements are true and which ones of these statements are false? So again, some things to pinpoint is like Jason is going at a constant rate because he is a linear function. Tyrell is increasing on either side of the situation because he's trying to beat him. Now the stop sign would be the middle. So what's happening? It looks like they probably got there at the same time to the stop sign. But then again, so they started at the same time, but they did not stop at the same time. So you have to decide who got back the quickest. And then again, just like before, your exit ticket is on this bit.ly. Or you can get these links on Google Classroom. Again, email with any questions. Thanks.